And welcome to Two Guys Down 200 Pounds. I'm Brian. This is my co-host, Brandon. And this episode is brought to you by Power Washing by Chris. Give him a call, 678-605-6565. He'll take care of all your pressure washing needs. We have a special guest today. Special guest, Brandon.
Special guest would be Annette Gratzer, which is my wife. For anybody that don't know, Annette Gratzer is my wife, my lovely wife.
And we're trying to. It's been all guys talk. So we're trying to bring in a female perspective. We got to get a little, tap into our female audience, right? So we decided to bring Annette on because she's done. I didn't even know this, but she's lost a boatload amount of weight too, 130, Annette?
Yeah, 130.
Which is crazy because I thought she was in the 80, 90 range. Mm-hmm. And when I asked her how much she lost, she said 130. And again, we just been putting her on the back burner here because I've lost so much weight. And she's over here freaking just lost about as much as I have.
Yeah. So but between the three of us, I mean, you're talking a whole human being, lost weight wise.
I mean, you're talking, we're what, 390 pounds less in this room right now?
Well, yeah.
I mean, the floor's probably thanking us.
We can change the name.
Yeah, we could have Annette here all the time, but we'll get into it here. We'll start with Annette. Just give us a little background, a little your history, your
where you started. Yeah. Were you always big? Were you small? Did you meet me and got fat and happy?
Yep, that was all that happened. No, so I actually, when I was younger, I was not big. But then I guess I had one too many Twinkies, and then I blew up.
One too many. I think me and Brian can say we have one too many Twinkies.
No, actually, I've never had a Twinkie, so I don't know. But I think once middle school, I mean, girls go through puberty earlier, and once middle school came around, those were the ugly years. You look back now and you see all these little sixth graders and they're cute. And I'm like, y'all never really had to go through it like we did. So then high school came around, and I mean, I wasn't the smallest person, but Shotty was thick. So
Shotty had a thick.
So yeah, but I mean, I was doing sports back then, so it was easy to not have to think about like exercising and, eating healthy because you were burning all the calories. And then college.
Hold on. Let's roll back to high school here because I don't think too many people know what kind of athlete we're dealing with here. I think we had a bowling alley team she was on.
Yes.
The jump rope team.
That was in elementary.
Oh, okay.
But I could have made the high school team if there was one.
Softball,
but the Gratzer family doesn't believe that I did softball, and I did.
cheerleading.
Yes.
Questionable.
It is a little questionable.
Take me to a batting cage. I've been saying this.
So she's done a lot of things to be active in her youthful age there.
Yeah, I was very ADHD, so like I couldn't stick to one sport. I played soccer and I did cheerleading primarily, but tried out for basketball, did basketball. They made me do suicides.
You quit.
I didn't quit. My mom made me.
It's just wow.
Brian, suicides would make me and your big old butt quit.
It was that and the wall sits.
Yeah, the wall sits.
Which full circle, burn makes you do some wall sits.
So. Yeah, and now I like those wall sits that burn. So
college.
College was just all downhill. I liked sleeping. I would go out with my friends, and if we hit up Taco Bell at 3 a.m. at night, get us some free cinnamon twists, it happened. A lot.
So your favorite was like me and Brian's was Taco Bell, which you go to.
Yes. And we even went, my best friend and I and roommate, we even got one of those stickers from the windows and asked them if we could take it back home and put it again.
That is a fatty move there. Let's get
let's
get a Taco Bell sticker.
And everybody that came over would sign it and we would put our orders on it. So yeah, that just shows you what happened during college.
So during the old college life, putting down all the beers, and you probably weren't much of a beer girl. You're probably a liquor girl, maybe.
I mean, honestly, I don't remember really what I drank. I drank it all. It was college. You just go for it. Mm-hmm. And just, if it's free, okay, it's for me.
All right, let's.
Girls get a little more free drinks than guys do.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So it's a little easier for a girl to drink in college than it is us because we're trying to buy the girls drinks. So
that's right.
But we'll go right in. We got a few questions, and I'll start off because me and Brandon talk about rock bottom, right? So was there like a singular moment that made you get started? Or, was it talking to somebody? Was it, you saw something on the internet or?
So it wasn't my own personal rock bottom. But my dad, Brendan, knows about maybe 4 years back, he had a lot of complications with his heart. And we were all getting worried because my mom would just go, 0 to 60, saying all these things that he was going to pass away. He had to have open heart surgery, and it was because of his weight. And that kind of scared me. So, especially because I know specifically, I'm more like the Torres side, my dad's side. So I was like, well, that's him. He's pretty young. I don't want to be in this situation. So that's really what started it.
Yeah. And for that singular moment, she pointed out was, so she started going. And so at that moment, that's when I was like, if she's going, we're going to do this together.
Yeah.
Like, we might as well just, and it's easier. You have somebody else who's going to eat and do the same thing as you. So I'm not having to make a different meal for her. She's not making a different meal for me. So it was easier for us to do this together. So once I seen her doing it, I was like, okay, well, dude, this is my chance. I got to get going.
Yeah. Well, also, real quick, let's not leave this out. I got to give a little shout out to my man Victor because dude was a big guy. He was a big guy, and now he's looking like a snack.
I seen that.
I never mind that crazy.
I think Victor's down about 80, 90 pounds himself. Mm-hmm. So inspiration to him, and then I think our inspiration went back on to him.
Yeah.
So is there a moment for you that you thought that got you started?
Not like in Annette's. She's dealing with her dad. My dad's not. He's he's skinny as a bone, but I just. Mine was just. And I still give credit to Brandon because Brandon got serious and then I got serious, right? And that Brandon are going and then I get serious. So
it was like a domino effect.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, it all fall right in place.
How did your friends communicate over the years? Did they challenge you? Did they not say anything? Would you have wanted your friends to say anything to you about your weight? Or
I think that my solid best friends from college, they always would support me. I think at one point in time we would go to classes together in college and they would try to help me out. We would all do things together. If it was, we joined Orange Theory for a while and we would meet each other for classes. But they've always been super supportive, but I feel like with women, it's harder to talk about weight and how you guys just call each other fatties every other day. That's not how. I think it's a sensitive subject for girls and best friends, but we will always support each other no matter what.
Yeah, you say it's easier for guys, but other than me and Brandon talking to each other, I still feel like my friends never really said, "Hey, bro, you're getting, you're getting a little big. It may be time to step back a little bit and hit the gym." But Brandon will tell me, Lauren will tell me I need to work out, but friends, I still think it's a touchy subject for guys and
Yeah,
girls.
I think you guys are right. I think just friends in general. Like I don't know that anybody really feels like it's their part to be like, "Hey man, you're fat," or "Hey girl, you need to drop some lbs over here." Like I don't think that was ever a thing. You being my brother, it's easier for me. Like, dude, you're getting big, bro. You need to hit the gym, But in a sense, when I'm talking to you, though, half the time it's in a joke because I'm like, dude, you're fat. Go hit a treadmill or go hit a bike, dude. Like, come on.
Yeah.
But I still, friends wise, I don't think anybody, even to me, I don't think anybody was, of course everybody would call you fat, but nobody ever said, hey, dude, I'm getting worried about you. You might need to go hit the gym.
Even like one friend that me and Brandon have had for a long time, Seth, right? How many times has Seth ever said, Brandon, man, you probably, and Seth is as close as you can get.
I mean, he's probably basically a third brother in the family.
Yeah.
And I could be lying and maybe one day we get him on the show, but I don't know that he's ever said like, hey dude, you're fat. I think, and me and him lived together. Me and him lived together for, probably 10 years. I could, I don't know, but he was my roommate for 10 years and I couldn't tell you him ever being like, dude, Brandon, go hit the treadmill, bro.
Yeah.
It's a sensitive subject. You don't want to hurt your friend's feelings. But also, I feel like if that person wants to do something, they're going to do it. But you're not going to tell me and then, oh, yep, magical. That's all I needed.
Yeah. Because it feeds right back into all the other things we ever talked about. Until you're wanting to do it, you're not.
Yeah, so it's always a you choice. Got to be a you choice. Being, heavier me, I know for sure. But Annette, how was it impacting your life with your, married life with your kids or cheer coaching or, in life in general? How was weight affecting?
I feel like the most was with my kids, I would say. I mean, married life, well, we were just fat and in love.
Fat and happy.
We always would be like, wow, we just met each other and now we just, we don't really think about it. So I don't think it really impacted our marriage. But definitely with the kids, when you're holding one kid, then holding two kids, and then trying to chase behind them, like I would just kind of feel already so fatigued. And I think it was at one of our beach trips, probably the one that you fell.
Here we go.
Poor moment. I think I was pregnant during that one, and we had Gabby at the beach, and the going up and down, and then the beach sand, and I was miserable. Like I was, yeah, you're pregnant, but I was heavy and pregnant. Fat and pregnant. It's hot.
It's just 100 degrees.
And then you guys are just over here drunk trying to race each other. And I'm just sitting here like, hey guys, just here for fun.
I mean, I don't even remember you coming over there and trying to help me up or anything.
Brandon, I was filming the video. I was trying to go TikTok famous.
That's right.
And you never wanted to show it, but I did that.
Sensitive video.
But I think too, me personally, I think my biggest impact right now, kids, it's kids, because my kids are older than Annette and Brandon's kids, but still just wanting to go throw the baseball or go pitch
or walking down to the creek to fish.
Walking in the woods. I'm like, bro, let's drive the golf cart or something. Now it's no big deal, but I think you really see it in your kids.
And
that's for me.
I mean, for me personally, I know Annette says it didn't really impact our marriage life, but to myself, I think it impacted our marriage life because she'd write me a honey to-do list and my fat butt went getting up and finishing a honey to-do list. So
you're saying if I make one now, it'll be done?
It's more of a chance.
All right.
So you're saying there's a chance.
But children's rights, like I think I just posted a vulnerable post, and even just going out there jumping on the trampoline with the kids, which I would have never done at 389, much less if I would have. Well, first of all, I'd have been scared to get on the trampoline.
You'd have had to buy a new one.
Yeah, probably. So now just to be able to get out there and jump with them is, A, it's fun, but two, even if I was 389 out there jumping one or two times, I'd have had to sit down. I got to get a break.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't have made it. But yeah, I mean, I think the kids are seeing two better parents who are more active and can run with them and go to the playground and do things that we would have never been able to do at 39. If they'd asked to go to the playground, I'd said, heck no. Or Gabby getting on her bike, wanting to ride down the street. I wouldn't have walked behind her because my fat butt wasn't going to do it.
Yeah. And I mean, even we do it typically seems to be on holidays, but I know me and Lauren and her parents, but then we started doing a kickball game at my dad's house. And it's like a year ago, we didn't want to play kickball or play something with the kids. And now it's like, all right, it's fun now.
We actually do it.
Yeah.
And I think going back to like, with my dad's situation, then you start thinking, like, I think for a mom, one of her worst fears is, okay, then I'm going to leave my kids without a mom. And that kind of tied into all the reasons of why. And the kids, they watch you. They see that where's that? Oh, he's at the gym. Oh, okay. What is this? If we take him to Burn Boot Camp, they can see us. And I think that feeds off to them. So,
yeah, sure. What was the biggest struggle and what did you do to overcome? Like maybe who helped you? Maybe
even hard.
Yeah. I mean, was it easy
to you?
No, it's so hard. Brandon is the one that he's more disciplined than I am because I have 1,000 other things like that are always on my mind. But I would have like thrown in the towel a long time ago if he had like if he told me, all right, I'm done, let's go to Taco Mac, I'd be like, bet, let's go. I'm there.
I mean, I'm still there on weekends, so but we did eat Taco Mac a few times a week.
Yeah. I mean, we ate out with me coaching, especially in the fall. It was almost like every day because it was so easy. We would get home. I get home at 7. Brandon was getting home. We don't want to cook. We're tired.
I mean, you're talking getting home from the gym or with the kids.
Yes.
Or back when I was fat, getting off the Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I didn't want to cook nothing.
Yeah. No. And I think that's where a lot of our money would go to was food, but B, it was very easy for me to go down Cobb Parkway and stop by Zaxby's.
Yeah, Zaxby's was the go-to. Yeah. Or hey, pulling my Burger King, get me that Whopper I like.
Double.
Love it.
Double Whopper.
I don't do double Whopper.
But this is a little, I think we've kind of touched on previous things too, but Annette being busy, she's a cheer coach. So she does Stingrays. She does it at the high school,
And it's, I mean, speaking of her schedule, though, it's practice a few times a week. She does football. So Friday nights, we're at Friday night football games because half the time I go to all these events, too, because if I don't go to these events, probably not going to see my wife.
Yeah.
And probably neither will the kids. Mm-hmm. So we're there on Friday nights, and then we turn around on Saturday for competitions. Sundays are pretty much our only day, and she's practicing probably 4 out of 5 days a week, maybe 3. But even, if you count the Fridays, and even she practices in morning times before school starts.
So, I mean, with that type of life, it's easy just to be like, I'm going to get fast food or I'm just going to get something that I don't really have to meal prep for. So, I mean,
it's easy.
Yeah.
It's all ease, But I think I'll probably know the answer, and I think people expect to know the answer. But what do you think was the biggest culprit in weight gain? Was it just food, or was it just busy and busy plus food? Was it a health condition? Emotionally, you didn't feel good? Like, what do you think the biggest reason for weight gain?
I think that 2 of the biggest factors would be being pregnant and then having to recover from that. Yeah. And then having high blood pressure after the first pregnancy. So I was like, all right, I guess if we're doing this, we're doing it big. Because after the first child, I didn't want to, in my head, I was like, that's going to be so pointless that I'm going to lose weight for me to have to turn around, get pregnant again, put in the work again. Like, that's how I thought. And kind of dangerous to think that way. But I would say that and just not having time. Like, there's some nights, even now, that I'll look at Brandon and I'll be like, I'm more tired than I am hungry. I don't want to eat. Like, I don't think I can physically bring a fork to my mouth to eat. So I'm going to go to bed. So I think I mean, I'm not like a big food person. I mean, I say that.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, you may not be a big food person, where me and Brandon may like good food.
Yeah.
You just want it. You just eat whatever's there.
Well, you guys are like the describing, like, oh my God, no, I think this wing is better than the other one. I'm like, no.
No,
Like,
you give me wings.
I want to eat.
You give me some ribs.
Yeah.
You give me all the fat things fat people eat and non-fat people that, aren't fat that like to eat too. I like all the food.
Like, I wish you could see his eyes when he just described those ribs.
Dude,
That's what I'm
just say Taco Mac and there's stars in
Oh, I said let's go, and he looked at me like.
I mean,
can we go
now? There is a reason why my favorite birthday dinner is ribs. So, I had one more question I wanted to ask, trying to piggyback off of last week a little bit to you, Annette, because you weren't here last week, but you're like gym anxiety and like going to burn. Like, what's your experience going to burn? Did you like going at first? Did you didn't like going?
Oh no, I didn't like it at first. But I think looking back, I didn't like it at first because everyone was telling me to go to it, and I'm the type of person, if it's not my idea, I don't want to go. Yeah. Plus, I feel like if I had gone, which I did go to Burn. I was paying for it for a little bit.
Oh, we were paying for it. Yeah. You also weren't going.
How about Anytime Fitness for about 2 years?
There we go.
That's
fired.
Boy, over $100 versus a $30 or
$40 for one compared to year 2. So
I'm just saying.
I just think that in my head, I didn't want. I mean, yes, I would love to lose weight, but in my head, I wasn't wanting to do that. Like, it wasn't on my radar. And we talk about the high fives, and by me, I mean we.
How many high fives do you think you've gotten since you've been at
Listen, I love you. I love you guys at Burn and trainers. So sorry. I avoid the eye contact for the high fives, mainly because I'm just a germaphobe. So, like, we're all sweating. We're all on this floor.
I even think about that.
And then you're like wiping your head over here with your black little towel, and then you want to high five me?
Or if they don't even have a towel, they're just like whatever. Sorry, they're just gonna slap it right on your hand.
Now, would I ever deny someone one? No. But am I gonna like?
Maybe you should. What if you left one of your trainers and just left their hand up in the?
Well, first of all,
you don't initiate. That's me.
No,
I never initiate a high five.
No,
but I'm with Annette. If you can avoid contact, eye contact, you will avoid a lot of high fives.
Yes, and it's just like, I get it. I mean, I'm a cheer coach. You would think that I'm like so positive and like, yeah, you've got this, but I'm like anti that. Like, just let me sit in this little corner and attempt this little burpee and look like a dying seal as I do it, but I don't want a high five. Like, I only did a really sucky burpee.
Didn't reward a high five, did it?
Reward me with that.
Yeah. Well, little story too. There, because I remember, we've already talked about it, but Lauren's been at Burn. My wife's been at Burn for a long time, and Lauren she's on everybody about Burn. Mm-hmm. She's on Annette about Burn, and it got to a point, and I'm like, Lauren, leave Annette alone about Burn. When she wants to go to Burn, she'll go to Burn. You got to back off. You're not going to make.
She might lose a sister-in-law,
right? Like, just let it go. She'll go when she wants to go. But I also think now Annette's there, and that Lauren's a big cheerleader of Annette. Oh, for sure. And she's at Burn.
Well, and I get excited for things, but please let it be known. What month are we in? May?
May.
I started college in January, y'all, and I haven't been in a while because if I have to go at 4:30 in the morning, and
I know somebody else that needs to go in the morning.
I know. Well, I'm about to hit summer up, so I'm not going at 4:30. But in fall,
getting that summer body ready for the pool.
I mean, I'm giving myself some grace.
Well, hey, why don't you meet Brian there at 5:30? Because I still don't think Brian showed up last week. Brian had a bunch of encouraging people out there.
I did have not a few, I had more than a few texts So I am gonna give 5:30 a shot this week.
Okay.
Whoever goes 5:30 and you see Brian, get a picture, please.
Well, I'm not going to Ackworth. I'm gonna go to Cartersville because it's
Cartersville people. Anybody that works out in Cartersville location, if you're listening.
Yeah, but then he's gonna tell all the Ackworth.
Get a picture.
I was there.
I'm gonna take a selfie, which is a little preview to our little overrated, underrated segment.
Yes.
Okay.
But we'll talk about that here in a second.
All right, so our overrated, underrated segment is something we always do. Last week we did it at the end, but we're trying to incorporate it in the middle of the podcast. So we're back again at the middle. First question: diet sodas, Annette.
Well, listen. The same way that you just described those ribs, and the look in your eyes. That's what a Diet Coke does to my soul. A spicy Diet Coke, the best ones from McDonald's. Yeah, no, McDonald's. I was about to say Chick-fil-A, but no, either a can or a crispy, spicy Diet Coke. It just soothes the soul. So I think that it is underrated.
You got DG.
I mean, if you're talking about Diet Coke, just Diet Coke, because I do like Coke Zero, but that's not a Diet Coke. It's not the same. I think you got people who love them DCs, but I think it's overrated. But if you give me a Coke Zero, I'm good. But Diet Coke, no way.
Dude, I'm overrated. I hate diet sodas. I'm like Brian. I'm a Coke Zero guy, but Diet Coke tastes like a flat Coke to me. It's disgusting.
That's what Coke Zero tastes like to me. A flat Diet.
Well, that's just terrible.
No, it's amazing. And you're just not drinking the right ones because Diet Cokes are spicy. Lots of bubbles.
Whatever. I don't even know what a spicy Coke means.
Maybe we need to introduce him to one, and maybe he'll
Fitness watches, Apple Watch, Android watches. Well, I think the other brand is
there's a Garmin.
Garmin watches. Is it underrated or overrated for you?
I need to hear y'all's first.
What does it matter what ours is?
Because I think I'm going to be very opposite.
I love my Apple Watch. Matter of fact, if I go a day without wearing my Apple Watch, I feel like my day don't even count. Especially if I don't wear it working out. If I don't wear it working out, I might as well not even had to work out because that's really how I feel.
I mean, that's what I say. If I don't have my watch, I may not even work out because it don't count. Nobody knows.
Exactly.
You know, when I complete a workout, Lauren knows, Brandon knows, Annette knows, my dad knows, all my Apple friends know. And if I don't have a watch, I might as well just sit in the truck.
I agree.
I think that it's overrated. Currently, as we sit here, you just reminded me that I need to go find where mine is at because it's been missing for 4 days.
So 2 out of the 3 of us are currently wearing our Apple Watches. So, I mean, what does it feel like when you go to burn and you don't have a watch on and nobody's tracking it?
It's just another day.
Who's counting it for you?
God.
Okay. There we go. All right.
Can I tell you the best feature on it, though? The only reason I have a smartwatch, I lose my phone and I need to find it. So the beep, 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 beep.
That is a good reason, though. I used it today, matter of fact.
See?
The next one, I think this one goes back to Brian's family more than anything, but playing sports hurts.
Yeah, I'm dealing with that right now. I think there's a distinction, got to be a distinction between hurt and injured. In my opinion, I think if you're just hurt, if you're just sore, you're probably okay. If you're injured, then you got to take time. And I know kids don't want to take time. Abigail, she'll hear this episode, but Abigail's injured right now. So she's got to take time, and I'm fixing to force her to take time.
Oh, no.
And she's not going to want to do that.
No.
So I would say that playing hurt or injured is underrated because you got to get healthy.
I tried to be that person. I think one time in middle school, I don't know what I heard. Matter of fact, it was championship game for football. And the coach literally was like, dude, if you can't do warm-ups, don't even try. Just go sit on the sideline. But it was a championship game. And I was literally, dude, I couldn't run. I could barely walk, but I was trying to be that man. I at least wanted to get in one play, and I couldn't even do it because I was hurt. So I think it's overrated. I don't think there's a need to hurt yourself more than you're already hurt. So,
Listen, this is the Puerto Rican take. Wanda Torres. Suck it up, buttercup. If you don't have a bone sticking out, keep going. And if you ask my cheerleaders, the amount of times they come up to me and they say something, and I'm like, you have a bone sticking out? Are you going to live? I had one girl this past year at one of my cheerleaders looked at me and she's like, my teeth really hurt. And my response to that was, well, I'm not a dentist, so figure it out. I'm not a dentist. I'm not a dentist. And I think that's just my parents. That's how they were, the mentality.
Yeah.
So now I'm kind of like that. And I really, the parent in me is like, all right, Gabby, well, if you're hurt, go sit down. But like the real thug in me is like, thug it out.
But I also think it depends on like the sport you're playing. And it's no offense to cheerleaders or anything, but, and I guess in all reality, I guess if you got to pull muscle, either way, you shouldn't be out there, right? Like,
no. There was one year, Jerry Hulsey will know this, that we had a cheerleader that had a pulled hamstring, and baby girl pulled that heel stretch. I also saw a kid break her leg in the middle of the cheer routine, and y'all, she finished the whole entire routine. Fell to the floor at the end, but she finished it. She won too.
okay,
different takes there.
All right, gym selfies.
Overrated.
God, I can't say overrated enough. I know that Brandon. I've seen plenty of these freaking selfies on Facebook and blah blah. And I'm okay. Listen, I'll say overrated. But if you take a gym selfie and you keep it to yourself, I'm okay with it. I don't need to see it. I don't care.
I do it for social media purposes for the two guys down 200 pounds. No. I don't do it for the joy because I was never that person. I do have a bunch on my phone to myself. Now, I'm the last person in gym because I judge people too that do it. But a gym selfie now, if you can track the progress, and I know people hate on it, but tracking your progress is, I think, worth it.
Bro. Get home and look.
Yes.
Oh, it's not the same thing. Like I look cooler because I'm in the gym around weights. I'm throwing them guns up in the mirror and I'm getting pictures.
The last thing I want to see is not only me working out, but me working out and filming it. Like I can't. And I look like a tomato. My face is so red. Please, no, bye.
Yeah.
All right.
No, ain't doing it.
But Braden's got a collection. Don't worry.
Well, All-Star games, NBA, MLB, hockey, you name it. Overrated, underrated.
I think that it is underrated. It's so fun. And you get to see celebrities. Kevin Hart, he's so short, and then he's out there trying to play the NBA. And you get a good hot dog and a spicy Diet Coke, and you just get to have fun and relax, and there's no stress. We're all winners. Go sports.
Yeah, Adam, I say overrated. I feel like that's a girl take. They want to see the Travis Kelce's and the
Taylor Swift.
They want to see that. I think it's a waste of time. I mean, NBA All-Star game, the score's like 190 to 188. There's no defense. They're not doing anything. They don't, it's not a real game.
Well, that's the fun part. There's no rules.
And I mean, I bounced back off of what Brian said is they're terrible.
Yeah.
There's nothing good. The score's high as anything. And I mean, who cares? What are you going to do when your best player goes down hurt? Like, who cares?
Even the football game now, what do? They flying two-hand touch, something like that.
Oh, that's
I mean, the only one, and I can't say for everything.
Baseball,
though, I will say baseball, they at least still play the game. They're pitching their guys, maybe an inning or two, whatever. But the other ones, and I'm not even a fan of baseball, but I think baseball is a little bit better than the other ones.
Is that the one they have to do all those home runs?
Yeah.
That's the home run derby. Now, I do like the home run derby.
See?
But it's not, I mean more of the game side. like a home run derby, get me there. I want to be there to catch a home run in the back. Like, it's cool to see somebody hit freaking 50 home runs.
Mm-hmm.
But pineapple on pizza.
God.
Underrated. I love pineapple on pizza. And you can judge me all you want. I don't care.
So you just put some pizza sauce and just slap on
Yes.
a whole thing of pineapples.
I have some in the freezer right now waiting for me.
Gosh,
It can't be. This may be one of the most overrated topics we'll do. You can't get more overrated than fruit on
pizza. That's what I'm saying. Fruit don't belong on pizza. And it can't make a pizza good. Why would I want a freaking pineapple slice with my pepperoni? What does that sound any good?
I'm sure whoever invented wings didn't imagine ranch on wings, but here we are. I'm just saying. It could
be true, but we didn't put a piece of pineapple on a chicken.
That's right.
There's pineapple sauce.
That is true.
There is a little bit of that.
Y'all are missing out.
That's funny. That is.
We got so we're gonna do a little bit of told y'all Annette was a cheerleading coach, so we're gonna talk a little NIL. NIL because they do it in college, but now we can also do it in high school.
It's crazy.
So I don't know. I really don't know all the rules. Annette knows a little more than we do. Yeah. But let's talk about that. What do you think? Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? What do you think?
I think it's a horrible thing.
Horrible thing for high school kids or a horrible thing for college?
I mean, definitely for high school kids. I feel like college, I get that that's all they can do with their sports sometimes. And if they want to make extra income, yeah. But like for high school kids, all these kids going and getting all these NIL deals, whatever they're doing, and then transferring. And then it's high school. It's not that deep. What are we doing? And then you get to college and you've already done it in high school. Half the reason I used to love watching college football is because we never had that. And then you go watch the NFL and it's just like they don't really care. But in college they used to care. Well, now that's what we're seeing in high school. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's getting pay to play.
Yes.
Yeah. You come to this school and you come over here and I'm not saying Buford's doing it or Parkview or somebody like that is doing it, but it's literally, hey, you come over here to my high school, we'll pay you some money. We'll get you that NIL deal.
It's absolutely happening everywhere. That's what's crazy. On Twitter, you'll see some high school football players.
Twitter or X?
Oh, God, I'm old. So Twitter X, you see coaches being like called out because they're going into the players' DMs trying to get them to come to their high school. It's high school. And then they don't even win. So what a waste.
Yeah, I mean, my thing is NIL. I could care less about high school NIL. I think college. I think there needs to be a cap somewhere. There's got to be a cap, either per position or per player, however they want to do it. Because there's no reason why a team needs to be having a $20 million freaking team budget. Like, that's crazy.
I don't know. Is it that high for high school? I mean,
I'm not saying high school. I'm talking about for college.
Oh, college. I thought you were saying high school. I mean, I agree on the college. I'm gonna try to stick to high school, but because I know the NIL deals are probably not massive, right? They're not getting $5 million for 4 years, whatever. But when you if I was in high school and I was playing in Douglas County High School, said, "Hey, I'll give you $1,000 to come play." In high school, I probably would have taken it.
$1,000 to leave.
I mean, I don't know if 1,000's the right number, but I think when you're in high school,
that's a very low.
I was about to say, you're willing to leave for $1,000. That ain't nothing.
I don't know what they're giving, but if they say, "Hey, we'll pay for this, and this, your parents' house to come live, in our district so you can play here." But I think everybody used to complain about the city schools being able to recruit, and that's when you're talking about the Carrolltons and the Bufords or whoever, whatever city schools you're talking about. But now with these NIL deals,
you see it everywhere.
Yeah.
It used to be just city schools, but now you're seeing it everywhere. And I feel like coaches are being smart about it. But
does it level the playing field in high school now that some of the other schools could do that, but I guess probably the bigger schools are still the ones that are paying because they probably got the
means. They got funds to do it. I mean, I don't know every school's situation, but I'm sure the Carrolltons and the Bufords and the big Cartersville, the big time, Cartersville's city school, the big time schools who've been big time, they have more money to offer. But you talk about maybe high school I went to, Chapel Hill High School, they probably ain't dealing out, houses for families or car for mama or,
a job or something.
Yeah.
But
crazy.
I mean, I don't like it, but I guess that's just how it is now.
Well, now we know that if by the time that Tate gets to high school, if Alatuna gives Brian
$1,000,
we're going.
Tate's going down too.
We're going, baby. But I will say this about college NIL. I don't mind. I don't mind players getting paid, but now it is getting to a point where it's just a little excessive. Like it's just too much money.
Yeah.
But anyways, we'll leave that one alone. NIL could, we could talk about that forever. But we had a this week we were doing a little giveaway. For Power Washing by Chris, we're doing a $150 gift card. I'm gonna get Brandon to spin the little wheel here for everybody who shared it for us, and we'll get us a winner here. So Brandon, go ahead, hit a quick little spin.
All right, hold on. All right, and we got, let's see here, Mary Creek.
Yes,
got you $150 going towards a pressure washing driveway, sidewalk, fence, house, and pressure wash whatever you want.
New driveway, new you.
That's right.
Congratulations, Mary. Get in contact with us, and we'll get you the $150 going towards your pressure washing needs.
Mm-hmm. And we gotta say thanks to Annette because it's not easy. Annette hadn't been on here yet, and now her story's going to be out there. Brandon's story's already out there, but it's not easy coming on here and putting your story out to the world. So, but I think it does. Now we tap into the women, the female listeners
a little bit.
They get a little side there. So I really appreciate you coming on. I think Brandon does too, but
I mean, I was basically forced on. Brandon said, "Hey, you're episode 4," and I'm
well, and hopefully we can get some other women on here too to get their stories out there too, not just me and Brian's and not just the Gratzer family. But on that note, we appreciate everybody listening along. I know y'all probably seen our post. We literally just hit 500 streams, which is huge in the podcast world for independent artists, I guess you could say, like ourselves. If y'all can continue to follow us on all social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And then the next thing is still rating and subscribing to our podcast on whatever platform you guys listen on. The biggest thing for us, and we're trying to grow this thing as big as we can, is just trying to get y'all to subscribe and rate. And I think just on one platform, I think we're hitting over 40 followers. But I mean, I think me and Brian were thinking about doing a giveaway if we get to 100 followers, but we'll get to that a little later. But we're trying to grow it to at least get to 100 followers. But I mean, I think we're about halfway there. But if you could, please rate and subscribe to the show. That's what's going to get us out there to everybody.
Yep. Hey, real quick too. Next week, episode 5.
Oh,
we got a former UGA Bulldog coming in, 4-year starter, Quincy Malger. He's going to come in and join us and talk football and talk what it takes to become D1. And he's played a little pro ball. So his whole journey. I mean, he was there with Kirby and Mark Ritt. So we're going to dive into that. Ought to be a good one. But until then,
see ya.